Evan Porter's morning started the same way it usually did, with hot cocoa and an attempt to stay invisible. School of the Arts was still quiet when he reached the courtyard. He sat on a concrete bench, unscrewed the cap of his neon orange flask, and inhaled the warm sweetness. One sip, eyes closed, a tiny, borrowed moment of calm. Then the shouting erupted. On the ground, drop the weapon. Evan jerked upright. 10 armed officers were charging straight at him. Before he could process anything, the megaphone blared again. Orange cylindrical weapon detected. Comply now. He didn't even have time to speak. A heavy weight slammed into his back, driving him onto the concrete. His orange flask rolled away. Rough hands searched him, pockets, jacket, backpack. Gravel pressed into his cheek. What weapon? I don't have anything, he managed to choke out. Secure him. Check the bag. Within seconds, a clear evidence pouch was held up. Inside was his flask, looking absurdly small. That's a thermal radiant object, the officer announced. Matches multiple weapon signatures. It matches hot cocoa, Evan muttered, but no one listened. High heels clicked rapidly across the courtyard. Principal halted. She approached with a strained smile, voice raised so everyone could hear. Sentry Site V5 has been active for 2 days. Its detection accuracy is extremely high. Like that declaration alone made the accusation true. Drama teacher, Mr. Rowan hurried over, looking more confused than concerned. Evan, son, if you're covering for someone, this is the moment to come clean. I'm not covering for anyone. Evan said, it's a drink, but adults weren't looking at him. They were looking at the machine's verdict. More officers flooded the area. Students pressed against windows, phones recording. Inside the building, police searched lockers, classrooms, bathrooms, trash cans. The school buzzed with rumor. Someone claimed Evan had screamed at the cops. Someone else said he'd fainted. Parents began clustering at the gate, demanding explanations. Halden repeated the same line. The system doesn't make mistakes. It reads 3D form factors and heat signatures. It wouldn't flag a non-threat, as if saying it enough times made it science. Evan was dragged into the security office. His wrists throbbed against the cuffs. The fluorescent lights hummed above him. Mr. Rowan crouched down. If a friend gave you something dangerous, we can help you. But you need to be honest. For the last time, Evan said there was nothing. I pulled out a flask. His voice cracked, but he kept going. I was drinking cocoa. Staff cycled in one after another. Guidance counselor. All asking the same questions. All starting from the assumption that the AI must be right. Technology had outranked every memory they had of him. Finally, the lead officer returned from the field search. We found nothing anywhere on campus. Nothing resembling a weapon. Halden's posture stiffened. Cameras from local news stations were already gathering outside. Students online were posting theories. The perfect rollout of her expensive new security system was crumbling. The officer exhaled sharply. Bring up the footage. In a cramped room, the technician pulled the video feed onto the main monitor. It showed Evan an hour earlier, walking into the courtyard. He reached into his backpack. Freeze it. Zoom. The image sharpened until the orange flask filled the screen. Bright, harmless, slightly dented from years of use. Then the AI overlay appeared in glaring red. Threat detected. Thermal radiant weapon. The room fell silent. Even the humming lights seemed to quiet. The technician cleared his throat. It misread the heat signature combined with the cylindrical shape. The officer snapped. It's obviously a beverage container. He stepped behind Evan and unlocked the cuffs. You're free to go. Evan rubbed his wrists. The adults around him wouldn't meet his eyes. Halden staring at the floor, Rowan fiddling with his glasses, others faking interest in clipboards to avoid their own embarrassment. His flask still sat inside the evidence bag on the desk. He picked it up, tore the plastic open, and took a slow drink. Lukewarm, but deliciously symbolic. Halden finally spoke, voice brittle. Evan, I'm sure the system just needs minor calibration. Evan turned toward her, cocoa still in hand. I was trying to drink, he said calmly. Maybe before calibrating the students, you should calibrate your perfect system. A few officers exchanged uncomfortable glances. Evan walked out into the hallway. Students lined both sides, whispering, holding up phones. Someone started clapping. Someone else shouted, dude, you're viral. He kept walking, pushing through the front doors into the cold November air. The wind stung his face, but the weight in his chest finally loosened. His backpack felt lighter now that the accusations were gone, but the flask, warm again from his hands, felt grounded. Machines promised zero risk. That's what Halden had said so proudly. Maybe she was right. Zero logic, zero humanity. But at least Evan still had his cocoa. No algorithm required.